I remember the exact moment everything changed. The second I stopped being the clueless husband and became the man who knew everything. Funny thing is, it was a Tuesday. Just a plain, boring, harmless Tuesday. The kind of day where nothing should matter. But it ended up mattering more than any other day in my life. She left the house like it was any other morning. Her hair was still damp from the shower, clinging to the collar of her blouse in soft waves. Her lipstick, red, bold, deliberate, was too perfect for just a grocery run. I stood at the kitchen window, coffee growing cold in my hand, and watched her walk to the car. She was smiling down at her phone, fingers tapping fast like the world couldn't reach her, like she had no secrets, when in truth, she was made of them. But I knew. I had known for weeks. It began with the small things. Missed calls she didn't explain, a new password on her phone she hadn't bothered to mention, conversations that used to include me, but now drifted right past me like I wasn't even in the room. I told myself I was imagining things. That maybe I was tired, working too much, reading too deep into shadows. I wanted to believe I was wrong. God, I wanted to be wrong. Then one night, I woke up and heard her whispering in the hallway, low and soft like she was afraid the walls might listen. She said his name once. Just once. But the way she said it, slow, careful, warm, like it meant something. She thought I was asleep. But that whisper hit me like a sucker punch to the chest. And that was the moment everything started unraveling. I didn't confront her. Not right away. Because betrayal doesn't feel like fire. It feels like cold water slowly rising around your ankles. You think if you stand still enough, maybe it'll go away. Maybe it'll recede. But it doesn't. It just rises. And you either drown or learn to swim. So I watched. Every time she left the house, I paid attention. What she wore. How she moved. How long she was gone. I started studying her like a man studies a puzzle with a missing piece. I pulled bank statements. Compared times. I followed her once. 2 cars behind. Windows tinted. Hands shaking on the wheel. She didn't go where she said she was going. No yoga. No grocery store. Not even to her sister's like she claimed. She went to his place. I saw him open the door and pull her in before she even crossed the threshold. I saw her laugh like she hadn't in months. The way she touched his arm, the way he looked at her, it told me everything. That night, something inside me died. But something else took its place. A colder version of me. Focused, quiet, dangerous. I played the game like nothing had changed. I still smiled over dinner, kissed her on the cheek before bed. I asked about her day while she lied through her teeth. And all the while, I was building something behind the curtain, a slow, calculated unraveling. I compiled it all. Photos, maps, timestamp logs, printouts, messages. I didn't just want to catch her. I wanted her to see what truth looked like when it hit back. The night it all came crashing down, she walked in late, keys jingling like a warning bell. She claimed there was traffic, said her phone died. She kissed me like she hadn't been in another man's bed an hour before. I asked if she wanted tea. She said, sure, casual as ever. While the water boiled, I walked to the living room and picked up the envelope I had been preparing for weeks. I handed it to her without a word. She smiled, thinking it was a letter or something sweet. That smile faded as soon as she pulled out the first photo. Her, his apartment, time-stamped. Then another, him with his arms around her waist. Her car parked outside his place at midnight. Her expression went from curiosity to horror in a matter of seconds. She didn't even speak at first. Just this broken sound escaped her throat, like something cracked inside. She asked, "How long have you known?" I said, "Long enough to stop pretending you were still mine." She started crying, begging, talking about how it was a mistake, how it just happened, how she didn't mean to fall for him. But I didn't flinch. I didn't yell. I didn't throw anything. I just stood there and let the weight of her choices crush her, because she needed to feel it. She needed to understand that I wasn't some fool she could toy with, that I had watched her lie to my face with a smile, that I had known long before she realized she was caught. She moved out 2 days later, took most of her things, left behind a sweater, a toothbrush, and a version of herself I never really knew. A ghost in perfume and lipstick, built on betrayal. And me? I didn't look back. I didn't call. I didn't chase. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do isn't scream or cry or ask why. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is let someone dig their own grave with the lies they thought you'd never see through. And when they're done burying themselves, you just watch.